Okay, so I want to make a quick video of this. It's very quick, shouldn't be long, but we'll talk about why I stopped playing video games. Um, it's I've grown up playing video games. So I've grown up having the GameCube. I played Def Jam, just the original one. Metroid, all those games. I did competitions in Black Ops. I've had like a whole team that I've created on. I think it was Ghost Black Ops, not Black Ops Ghost, but Call of Duty Ghost. I had my own team. I think it was named Havoc. And we would do competitions online and things like that. I've done competitions in real life as well. Skyrim, like I played that like so many times, like just starting over and playing it. And I've glitched that out. Like I've gotten my character to the point where my character can't die, literally can't die, even on the legendary, no matter what. Doesn't run out of stamina. Doesn't run out of like magic and healing. So I loved video games. Thing is that I stopped playing it because it just got boring. And I don't know. I'm not here to say that people shouldn't play video games, even though I'm gonna get to that point. But it's just the same thing as far as and maybe I'm just, I never want to be that person who's like, once the parents tell you, oh, when you get older you're gonna stop playing video games. It's not even like that. I think video games now, there's so much demand for content from people all over the world, from people want to consume more. They want more video games every year, more and more and more, that the companies are now just pushing out bullshit. I don't know if I'm the only one who notices that. There's like people who play NBA 2K every year. It's the same fucking game every single year, and you ask for it every single year, and so they're gonna keep delivering it. And I've just noticed there's not much creativity. Fortnite was the last game that I've seen that was extremely creative. Now they've taken a lot from, I think Time Splitter. They took from Time Splitter, then they took some ideas from other games as well, which is actually fine. That's quite normal. But I think people give Fortnite a lot of shit, but Fortnite was actually a very creative game. It was very unique, and to me, since then the game is still fine in itself. I don't really play it anymore, but since then I just haven't seen any really unique games that stand out. And I think we're really reaching a point with video games and just content in general, the media, movies, things like this, is starting to become copies of each other. It's starting to become stale. And so with that, I see it as just stop playing video games anyways. I think people would agree with me that when I say that video games are becoming stale, they're not as fun anymore. It's repeats of the same video games. Like you can play a video game. It's not that much different. The mechanics, that's gonna be shoot with this trigger and aim with this one, fighting, aim with the B. It's the same thing. It's not much difference anymore. Or even like fighting with the analog stick. It's not, the mechanics aren't different. Even the PS5. I'm sure most people don't even have the PS5 still. I still got the PS4. It's like, I'm not going to pay that much money for another repeat, a rehash of the same game just with somewhat better mechanics. It's not worth it. If I was rich, of course, but it's not that good of an investment. So, with that being said, I say stop playing video games anyways, and this is why I've stopped. It's a waste of time. It takes away my energy, so and I can only really apply this to men. Women aren't really interested in video games anyways, but as men, the reason why we love video games so much is because we love competition. We love that drive to be better than somebody else. We want to be better. And when you're putting all that into a video game, you're taking all that away from actual real life. Of course, that's obvious, right? But when you've been playing video games for so long, you don't even think of it like that. That's just something that is a habit almost. You forget that you should actually have a real life. Like you start playing video games, you start having your own friend group on games. I've had that. And then, of course, it's online. You don't meet them, so it's going to fall off eventually. I've had that. You start talking behind people's back in the games too. Like it's just easy to do. I've had that as well. You start trying to date in the video game world. It's just all that shit is bad shit, obviously. But when you're playing for so long, you forget. So with video games being bad already, you know, it's the same shit, and then it's taking away from your actual life, like your drive to go out there and do things and to be competitive in the real world, and not have actual real rewards that you can tangibly grab. Just stop playing them. And so that's why I've stopped playing video games, and I think that's why you should too. Unless, of course, I'm gonna have a setup and I'm gonna eventually try to get paid for playing video games.